Action movies rely on an unbreakable promise. The hero walks away from the explosion and never looks back, and operates on a rigid personal code that makes them entirely unstoppable. In Indian pop culture, this code was crystallized by Bollywood star Salman Khan, who declared, "Once I make a commitment, I don't listen to anyone." But watch what happens when you drop that hyper-rigid macho philosophy into a local tea stall. Enter Motu, the protagonist of the cartoon Motu Patlu. Deciding he wants to be a super-duper hero, Motu adopts this exact catchphrase to build his brand. The problem is his environment. Agar, the fictional town where the show takes place, is an ecosystem built on frantic flexibility. Characters like Motu's best friend Patlu and the local police chief, Inspector Chingam, survive magic spells and smugglers through quick thinking and constant adaptation. By adopting this exact catchphrase, Motu injects a completely inflexible, rigid rule into a highly fragile slapstick world. We are going to analyze this single borrowed catchphrase as a mechanical comedy engine, watching it mathematically dismantle the logic of his surroundings one beat at a time. Motu's first test is low stakes. A vendor refuses to supply a tea seller with a gas cylinder. Motu steps in and makes his blind commitment. He will secure the gas himself. Because his new rule dictates he cannot back down or listen to reason, the situation instantly escalates to extreme physical force. In the ensuing chaos, he inadvertently shatters Patlu. The loop immediately resets. Next, Motu commits to fixing the disjointed roof tiles of a local boxer. Here, the collateral damage doubles. The harm moves from an accidental injury during a brawl to direct negligence, as Motu's clumsy attempts to honor his word repeatedly crush Patlu under falling debris. The writers establish a strict formula for the episode. A blind commitment, plus an absolute refusal to adapt, creates a self-sustaining loop of physical harm. Patlu literally becomes the physical punchline of the narrative, serving as a human punching bag for Motu's moral rigidity. At this stage, the rule is physically devastating to everyone around him, but Motu's ego prevents him from abandoning it. Then, the show's antagonists realize Motu's unwavering code is actually a predictable weakness. A local goon approaches the oblivious hero in tears, pleading for help to rescue his boss from a dangerous kidnapper. Without asking questions, Motu commits to the rescue. Then the trap closes. The boss is John the Don, the resident crime lord, and the kidnapper holding him is the chief of police. Motu is trapped in a psychological paradox. To maintain his identity as the ultimate hero who never breaks a promise, he is contractually obligated to commit a jailbreak and release a crime boss from police custody. The trope has inverted. It is no longer a tool of empowerment, but a weapon the antagonists use to force his hand. So how does a comedy writer resolve a paradox where doing the right thing means breaking your golden rule? The execution is pure absurdity. Motu and Patlu disguise themselves as wailing ghosts, terrify the police force out of the station, and extract John the Don. But here is the loophole they use to solve the moral crisis. They fulfill the promise to keep John away from the police by dragging him to their own house and locking him inside for the next 25 years. Motu honors the strict letter of his catchphrase, but maliciously subverts the spirit of it. The ultimate irony plays out as a hardened criminal bangs on a locked door, desperately begging for someone to call the real police. Even after causing all this chaos, Motu learns nothing. In the final moments of the episode, he immediately makes a brand new blind commitment to Inspector Chingam, restarting the loop all over again. If we zoom out, we see the friction between two completely different genres. Dramatic action tropes are artificially constructed tools meant to make a protagonist look invincible. In an action movie, absolute rules are rewarded with victory. But comedy writing exists specifically to punish, stretch, and break absolute logic. True heroism in a slapstick world requires constant adaptability, because the moment a character commits blindly to a catchphrase, they stop writing their own story, and the catchphrase starts writing them.